Back now to our story. The skeins of geese overhead are a signal of the change of seasons in Alaska. Winter is over. Here they come, eh? Canada geese in for a perfect two-webbed landing. These honkers are heading into Westchester Lagoon in Anchorage, Alaska's largest city. Take a gander at all these geese and ducks. It's feather to feather out there. Finding a place to park is nearly impossible. And tempers are flaring.
What are you saying? These like these birds are like cars or something? I don't get it.
These are lesser Canada geese. And if you'd like to know more, I'll tell you. They flew to Alaska all the way from Oregon, nearly 2,000 miles, just for a pool party. Isn't it fun to jump right in, splashing and playing with your friends? You don't have to have feathers to enjoy getting all wet. A little H2O and an hour or two, and the recipe for fun is set. We're having a pool party, and you're invited.
It's a party.
A pool party. Come on down. We're having a pool party.
Pool party.
Just for you and me.
It's a party.
Swimsuits are optional. Zaniness acceptable. Splashing permissible. I'm coming to the endable. So join me in this wet and wild party. Pool party, that is. Where was I? Oh, yes. Canada geese and mallard ducks are two waterfowl.
One, this guy can't sing, and two,
populated areas.
I don't know how they got
to see them up close and learn something about them.
Funding for these cameras to be in these people's lives.
You can spot a male mallard by his luminous green head. You can tell a female mallard by the two males chasing her. Boys. In just 1 month, Mom will be off the nest, with her ducklings following close behind. In fact, these ducklings started swimming the day they hatched. Goslings take right to the water, too. Mother goose and father goose and all the other neighborhood moms and dads often bring their youngsters together, forming a super goose group. This way, it's easier to protect their offspring and teach them what being a goose is all about. While the Canada geese nest in Alaska, some migrators, like these Siberian snow geese, may only stop over in Alaska to take a break in their long trip. Their ultimate destination is in the Russian Far East. What all the birds are doing is called migration, moving from the place where they spend the winter to their summer homes in Alaska. It's all part of nature's rhythm.
Yeah, never saw.
We walk from Canada, 3,000 miles we go.
We fly from South America, swim from Maui and Mexico.
We're gonna use this land to raise our young.
Fresh air and lots of springtime sun. Migration, we must move to survive.
These singers are not very good.
Natural journey of life. Migration. We're looking forward now to much longer days.
The midnight sun will shine upon Alaska's many streams and bays.
There'll be new life at every turn.
This is a perfect place to learn.
It's a natural journey of life. Migration. We must move to survive. It's a natural journey of life. Migration.
And you know, Werribee, this song is migrate either because Werribies are sort of shallow and they're just sort of basic one note. It's not Carrie the musical. The original Water Garden had better lyrics than this.
All that singing about migration sort of makes me want to take a walk. Well, how far does one need to travel to get here to this northern grocery store? Glad you asked. Many shorebirds come from Central and South America, over 8,000 miles one way. The Rufous Hummingbird can be heard humming all the way to Alaska from Mexico. The adult male Rufous has an iridescent orange-red throat called a gorget. Female hummingbirds find his shiny jewel-like feathers gorgeous. Hummingbirds beat their wings 78 times per second. So fast, you can't even see them. But using slow-motion photography, voila! Les wings, messieurs! Because hummingbirds aren't able to store up lots of food, they must constantly refuel to stay alive, and will ferociously defend their territory in a tiny hummingbird way.
They will never take away our freedom!
Let's watch that again in slow motion. Did you know that hummingbirds are the only birds that can actually fly backwards? Sort of like an itsy-bitsy helicopter, wouldn't you say? The Arctic tern is another amazing flyer. With the right wind conditions, they can hover over top of unsuspecting prey and then dive bomb their target at just the right moment. We now take you to the funniest moose on the planet. Our tern is one of the so-called professional birds. What? You've never heard of attorneys? When terns get together to play, they have tournaments. I've got a million of them. And of course, you know their motto, one good tern deserves another.
Almost had a gag, son. Joke, that is.
Did I take a wrong turn? Oy vey. The management is not responsible for the quality of the jokes. We now return to our program.
Do you see this? They know this is not funny. They know the jokes in this whatever documentary video is not funny. They know this. So why are they doing this? Oh my God.
I'd switch airlines, wouldn't you?
Remember that moment, people. Remember that moment.
Some terns spent half the year enjoying summer sun in Antarctica. Then when summer comes to North America, our tern turns and heads to Alaska. That would be like driving from Seattle, Washington to the Big Apple, New York, New York, and back again 4 times, just for a cappuccino. Molto bene, grazie.
Great, using stock footage of NASA launches. Good to know.
Now to migration. If you have hooves and like to trek, then you might join the loyal order of the Caribou. Caribou are the nomads of the north, the wonders of wilderness wandering. About 1 million caribou live in Alaska, and they really are wonders of wandering. During their travels, a single caribou might cover as many as 3,000 miles a year. That's more than any other big animal in the world. Amazing, wouldn't you say? The Porcupine River caribou herd ranges from northern Canada across the border into the Arctic refuge of Alaska. Once a year, around midsummer, the whole porcupine herd, over 150,000 animals, gets together. Sort of a big family picnic. At that time, there are caribou as far as the eye can see. This is a vast wilderness hugging the Arctic Ocean in northwestern Alaska. For a few short weeks, the tundra springs to life with wild flowers, nesting birds. Hey, look! It's our friends, the plovers. There's new life all around. Newborn caribou spend their first few weeks of life here. There's lots for Mom to eat. And because it's pretty much free of predators like grizzlies and wolves, it's a great place for a little caribou to grow up. Caribou are always on the move. It takes a lot of country to keep our wanderers' tummies full. They constantly graze on small flowering plants and grasses. Caribou have another reason to keep moving. It's because, well, something is bugging them. And as much as I don't like saying the M word, it's those pesky mosquitoes again, and other biting bugs.
En garde! Touché!
That was random.